Hello, this is Carolyn with Carolyn's Paper Therapy, and today I'm starting to work on a new journal using the MeadowView Lane Collection from Shabby Art Boutique that is available to members of the craft room page that she has. This is a gorgeous little kit with lots of little houses and mice and flowers and all kinds of soft, beautiful garden items. I have decided to call mine Carol Elise Garden Journal. Carol Elise is my stepdaughter, and she is just all into gardening and beautiful flowers and making happiness and beauty all around her. So this just made me think of her, and Carrie Ann had asked us to name the mice, and Elise was one of the names that I suggested. So this journal will be called Carol Elise Garden Journal. What I'm doing right now is just kind of gathering and planning a little bit, and I thought I'd share that with you and in this first little introduction video, and then I'll come back and do some specific projects to go inside. I have some ideas for some things that are a little bit different that we'll work on as individual little projects and then place them inside the journal. But today we're just going to look at an overall view. Again, this is using the MeadowView Lane Collection from Shabby Art Boutique, the craft room. What I decided to do, I wanted a really heavy cover because I want to stuff this full, and I didn't want to bind it in a book or anything like that. So I got this, I have lots of 12 by 12 cardstock and papers that I rarely use because I always print out these papers from the kits, and I found this beautiful pink in there, and so I decided to use it for the cover, and it's real heavy, heavier than the cardstock I use. So and I wanted the cover to be just a little bit larger than the pages inside. So I'll show you what I did with this cover. I just took the 12 by 12 piece and scored it down the middle, and then scored it across here at 4 inches. And so I folded up the 4 inches to make 2 pockets, and then the center fold makes it into a booklet. So this will be our basic cover. When I folded up this to make the pockets, I took just a sliver out at where the scoring was, so that this wouldn't be too thick and bunch up in the middle. So I've already glued my pockets up and inked the edges like I like to do. And then the next thing I did was print out some of the just the papers with an all-over design in the kit. And I chose several that I would use. And as you can see, well, let me see. I wanted to show you the measurements. So the outside of the journal will be 8 by 6. And the inside pages are 8 by 5.5. Basically, it's after you print these, mine have kind of a white edge on them that doesn't print, so I cut that off and just cut it to this size. And so these will just be bound right inside this cover. And I just used 4 pages, which will give us 8 because it's folded over. And I just kind of alternated. I've printed front and back and just kind of alternated designs. And then this will be our center. So what I plan to do is do some special little items in here, some hidden paper clips, a centerfold of some kind here that's special. I had planned on using the freebie heart, the large heart, but if I fold it in the middle, it gets my mice in the middle. So I've decided to use it for something else. So the first thing I do when I'm planning a journal is this part, and then I kind of plan the cover. And I don't really have a specific thing in mind for this cover, everything on it, but I am going to use this heart on here. And it will have many layers of other things under it. And then I got these little die-cut wooden pieces. I'm pretty sure I got them at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to take those down in the basement where I have my paints and paint the little fence and flowers, and use this on the cover too. I think that's just precious. So I haven't developed the cover yet, but basically that is what I'm going to do on the cover. And then I kind of did a fun thing. I have a Cricut machine that just sits there and stares at me doing nothing. I've had it for a year, I guess. My daughter got it for me, and I've made some little envelopes and diddled with it, but I had never taken time to learn to use it to fussy cut. And then when I did that, when I went to my files to find the little items, the pages full of fussy cuts to cut out, they weren't in the format that the Cricut would recognize. So I said, well, shoot, I just kind of put that away, and I've been cutting everything out manually. Well, the other day I decided I was going to research how to do that, and maybe all of you know how, but I didn't know how. So I'm just going to share it with you right quick. So if you would like to fussy cut with a Cricut machine, and you have one or you want to get one, this is what I did. And I don't know if it's the way or the best way, but this is what I did. I opened the files in Adobe Acrobat, and then I converted to a JPEG file. They were PDF files, and I converted them to JPEG files. And then I saved them in there, and then I was able to go to my files, and it would recognize those files. I would pick a page and then get into the print and cut process in the Cricut, which tells you exactly what to do step by step. And so I was able to cut out all these wonderful little tiny pieces without using my scissors. And boy, did that make me happy, because these are very intricate. Even the little bitty flowers it cut out, the bows, all the little mice. I'll show you some more. I chose to cut out mostly just the little bitty things on there that were very intricate. All these things were cut out with my Cricut. And it's an amazing thing to watch. If you haven't seen that, my daughter was here looking after me because of my sciatica acted up and I couldn't move. And she came to help me out. And after I got recovered a little bit, I wanted to show her how it did it. So it prints the page that you select, and in the four corners it prints a black corner. And that Cricut, you put it in there, and that Cricut goes, and according to where those corners are, it orients itself and cuts out all your little items perfectly. So that's all I wanted to tell you about that. It really saved me a bunch of time. I've got all this cut out. I've got all these things cut out that I did by hand. They're just straight cutting. And so now I have everything of the digital kit and the journal kind of planned out. And then the next thing I do is start to gather items that accessories that I think I'll be able to use. And I've got a couple things here I just wanted to show you. And again, you know, you don't always end up using everything, but I got this beautiful pink fabric that will go nicely in here. Either rip little pieces of it or use it as a tie. I don't know what I'll do with it, but it's soft pink, and I think will go with the colors well. I have some hand-dyed ribbon, silk ribbon that I get off of Etsy. That is just the perfect colors. And inside on some of the pages are blue. So I pulled out this one that's blue, thinking I might have a spot that I want to use that. And then I have the hand-dyed seam binding. And I like it because it's small and it's crinkled, and it just has the right kind of look for these shabby chic junk journals. Getting my little mouse covered up. The other thing I always use is some lace, so I pulled out some lace. I bought a whole package of lace on Amazon, and I have it in a bag, and I decided to start this roll. I'll open it up so I can show it to you. This is what it looks like. Delicate, beautiful lace. And then I have some kind of a taupe colored seam binding. That I think goes well with all of this. I can tie bows with that, or trim on pages. The other thing that I enjoyed last time I made a journal was using these tiny little dies to cut out hearts and tabs, circles. So I pulled that out. And I got this neat die cut set that makes it look like it's ripped, and I thought I might make some windows or something in the journal that from making using these. I've not opened those yet. I like to stencil on the edge of a page, so I have a stencil here that I can use if I want to stencil trim down the edge of a page. And also, I've got some stamps that I thought were really pretty, and they would be a nice to stamp and have a nice frame for one of our little mice scenes. So I don't know if I can use these or not, but I think they're so pretty, and I feel sure they're going to work into the journal. So I know this is overwhelming to show you all this at once, but it helps me to get it all out. Now I can go and put everything else away that distracts me. I have my all kinds of little things that I've made sitting around here in little arrangements close to me. So if my mind goes blank and I can't think of an idea, these things are here to kind of inspire me. So this is our color palette and all our little bits and pieces and our little flower garden we're going to paint. And I've named the journal. What else do I need to tell you? I think that'll do it for today. So I hope you've enjoyed. This is just a short video to kind of get you going if you're interested in using this kit or any kit and following along with some of the ideas that I have in the next couple of videos. I'll be glad for you to join me. So always remember, every day's a gift. Whether you're in a good situation or a bad situation, you can always see joy and love around you. And if you focus on those good things and draw from your faith and strength, even though you're having a bad day, you can make it a good day. And when you make it a good day for yourself, then you can reach out to others and brighten their day also. So I'm going to get busy on this. I'm excited to get started on something new, and I'm excited to feel well enough to sit up in here and do this and film it for you and get all my glue and scissors and stuff going in here. So I'll be back soon. I'll see you soon.